Hi, this is Merlin. So I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. As you also know, I'm trying to implement the B-tree deletion, and I'm just gonna share it. And I studied about B-tree deletion, and it was not kind of easy, but there's a. I found out that there's a really good information, like good the PDF that talks about how to delete inside B-tree, and this is really I think like absolutely amazing. I don't know which, I don't know who is this, but this guy is really legit, incredible. I don't. Oh yeah, I think he's familiar. Oh no, he's famous. So, yeah, he's very good. But whatever. So, I was trying to implement the B-tree and everything seems fine, but the the B-tree deletion was really kind of hard to me. Example, if I try to delete this, if I try to delete those kind of 12 thing, so what do I have to do? Do I have to import from here or here and here or here? If I import it from the 7, but that's not gonna be binary tree, so the B-tree also extended version of the binary tree, so that's gonna be difficult. So I think there was kind of like there I did, because it's my first time, I don't know what to do of it. But I'm just gonna talk about the easiest thing, the deletion inside the B-tree. Example, most easiest thing is that you're trying to delete some kind of key. Let's say the query key is target query key is 6. Let's say target query key is 6. Yeah, 6 here. Of course, you have to traverse this side in this B-tree, and 6 is more than 17, so you have to go down, and 6 is smaller than 10, you have to go to this kind of node, and you find out that the 6, you already found the 6 inside this node, right? And our minimum degree in here is actually it was 2. So the max keys that node can have is the 2 times t, which is 2, minus 1 is equals to the 3. So the max key is 3. But why the formula is the 2t minus 1? This is actually my theory. Is because I think it's trying to make the B-tree not even. The node keys, the length of the node keys, make sure it's not even. Example, if the node keys are 4, it's really hard to select which is the median key, which is the primary key. Example, if you're trying to do the insertion, and this primary key has to be go to the parent node if it is already full. But if it's like even, like 2t, it's really hard to track which one is this. So I think the reason why they choose 2t minus 1 is to make sure it is odd. But I think there's more of it, but whatever. So now the best thing is that, okay, you find out the 6 inside this node, and this node is actually the leaf. The leaf meaning of the leaf is there is no children, so it's the last part of the tree. And if you try to delete 6, there's no kind of, this leaf is already it doesn't like kind of give it doesn't break the rule of the B-tree, because the minimum key has to be, the minimum degree has to be now 2 right here. But if you're trying to delete 6, the minimum degree is still 2, so we don't have to do anything. So like deleting some kind of leaf, like key inside leaf, but that doesn't break some kind of like rules of the B-tree, that's pretty fine. But the problem is that like deleting some kind of like example, you delete 19, okay, but there's 18 here. So what you have to do is, if you're trying to delete 18 next time, you have to borrow from the other side. There's no left here, so you have to borrow from the 21. So this part is actually gone. Example, if you're trying to delete 18, this part is actually gone like this. So what you have to do is, what you can do is, why don't we just this you can there's a lot of keys in here, right? So why don't we borrow this 21 and also put this 21 inside 20 and inside this parent node, and make sure the 20 goes to the bottom. So that's gonna be the balance tree, right? So example, the next thing we have to do is we find out the target key to borrow, so which is 21. So we put 21 here, and after that you have to make this kind of node as a this kind of tree as a stable. So there has to be some kind of single key, or it has to be filled into the minimum key. So that's gonna be the 20 gonna be go here, and 21 gonna be go here, and 21 is gonna be none. But this is really how you do it. Also, but this part is kind of okay. But what if we're trying to delete the 20? So that is gonna be getting complex. Okay, if you're telling the delete 20, it's pretty fine. But you have to get some kind of key to borrow. If you're trying to delete 20 example, so it's already not balanced tree, so you have to borrow it and you have to put it into parent. So our best choice is putting 21 into here, and make sure that 21 has to be deleted. So it's gonna be like this. It's 21, 22. So if it doesn't break the rule of the bit tree, the deleting is pretty fine. But this one is gonna be hard. If I'm trying to delete 5, 6, 7, so if I'm trying to delete the 5 here, but if you're trying to delete 5, okay, that's pretty nice. But if you're trying to borrow from 12, that's gonna be also if you're trying to delete 5, so that's gonna be gone, right? So you have to make a balanced tree. But you find out that using this 10 and 12 doesn't make a balanced tree. If you're trying to borrow it, like you put 12 in here and 10 here, it's still just not balanced. So I think I didn't study about this part, but I think there's those kind of stuff like merge thing. Whatever. So this is really how do I implement it with code. So if you look at this part, if you look at this demonstration of the bit tree, so if I say let's say trying to delete 18, and let's say also trying to delete 18 first. If there's 18, there's if I try to delete 18, there's nothing about that. So there's no problem with deleting 18 because it's already balanced tree after deleting an 18. But if you're trying to delete 20, it's gonna be really hard. So what I just said is when you're trying to delete 20 here, you have to make 21 to go to 20. So 20 has to be some kind of deleted. You don't have to really traverse like 20, put 20 on the bottom. You just have to do just like delete traversing here. So let's see it. Yeah, boom. So this is really how so this is kind of example of in the bit tree deletion. And let's say why don't we delete 19? I don't know is this gonna be work or not, so let's just see. If I try to delete 19, the 21 goes to bottom and 22 is gonna be top. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty fine, right? I think, and also I'm just gonna try to show me my code. I use TypeScript, which is the type version of the JavaScript, to implement B3. So I have to make sure that the if example, there's a current root parent node. Example, you are on the disk17, and if your query children, example, what you're trying to delete is, let's say, 21. So query children is gonna be 22. If the query find the child, you have to delete it, but the 21 isn't in the query child, so you just have to go to the go to traverse again, or yeah, you have to go traverse again. So now you find out that you're now 22 and you're 21, and if the current child, which is 21, is a leaf, and you have to check is tree will be imbalanced. If you're trying to delete this kind of key in your child, if it's gonna be imbalanced, you have to borrow key from the next child index. So right now, the code is really not good, but if you look at my code, I'm just trying to get the base index, which is gonna be 20 with like base index of the parent node, and the index that gonna be borrowed. So that's gonna be right. I think I'm gonna keep it put in right, because example, if you're trying to delete, and if you're trying to delete 5, 6, 7, you maybe get the 12 first. I'm like, you can borrow from the left, but I prefer I'm borrowing from the right. I think that's gonna be choices. Yeah, so this is how did I implement it, and so I think this is it. Implementing B3 deletion was kind of it was okay, but I think the main part is that the one I showed here. What if there's no what if I cannot make a balance tree even though I borrow from the right here? I think there's gonna be a problem off here. So this is it. Have a nice day. See you next time. So by the way, I'm just gonna put this good presentation on the YouTube. I don't know if you guys know about B3 or not, but I'm just gonna, because this this PPT is really great. So that's really amazing. So this is it. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye bye.